Hello, how many of you are struggling to lose weight in midlife? How many of you are like trying to figure out what is going on with my body? I'm eating the same, I'm working out the same, but I continue to gain weight, especially in the midsection. Well, I just want to share my story of how I've so far lost about 22 pounds, and I'll tell you my journey. This is not me sharing with you what you need to do, but my journey. Hello, I'm Lanice Smith. If you don't know me, I am a registered nurse, but I'm also a woman in midlife who's dealing with the real life issues that we all deal with in midlife. It seems as though these issues kind of hit me like a ton of bricks a few years ago. But today I want to talk to you about how I've lost weight. I started back in 2022 working out at a gym consistently. And I will tell you that I worked out consistently. I watched the foods that I was eating. I was looking at everything to a T, yet I could not lose weight. As a matter of fact, I continued to gain weight, which was very frustrating for me, as well as it was starting to affect my confidence as well. So I got on a weight loss program through my insurance and my job. And with this weight loss program, it afforded me the opportunity to meet with a doctor and a dietitian on a regular basis. So for about a year, I met with them regularly. We talked about, with the dietitian, of course, we talked about the foods that I ate. She gave me different ideas and strategies as far as how much protein, lowering my carbs and things like that. And then I met with the doctor who, when I met with him, we talk about how I was feeling. He offered medications for me to take. And initially, I really didn't want to take any medications because I really wanted to try to lose weight like I've always been able to do so in the past. So I got a personal trainer. I started working out on a regular basis. I was lifting weights, heavy, as well as watching every single thing I ate. I used an app called Chronometer, and it really looked at more than just my proteins, carbs, and fats. It looked at a lot of other variables as well. But I love this app, by the way. It is easy to use, and it really showed me what I was eating. But fast forward months later, almost a year later, I still had not lost any weight. As a matter of fact, I started to gain. And I almost wanted to give up because I didn't know what else to do. I was walking every day. Like I said, I was going to the gym 3 times a week. I was working with a personal trainer. I was working with a doctor. I was working with a dietitian. So I actually started, talking to the doctor about, okay, I'll try some type of medication. And initially I was prescribed a pill and it was called Contrave. And so I started taking it. It didn't make me feel any different, honestly. And again, I didn't lose any weight. I took it for a couple of months. Not 1 pound did I lose. So I really was getting very discouraged. And every time I met with the doctor, he would say, Lanice, I promise you, if you would just take a GLP-1, it would solve these issues for you. And again, I said, well, let me just do some research. I just really don't feel comfortable taking the GLP-1s right now. And so I started reading, doing research, and I just still didn't feel comfortable until this year, 2025, in July. I think I had it. I said, I don't know what else to do. I'm gaining weight. I'm working out. I'm walking every day. I have a personal trainer. I'm eating healthy, and I cannot lose not 1 pound. So I spoke with the doctor and said, hey, I'm ready to try the GLP-1s. I was very reluctant at first. So at that time, he ordered Zepbound for me. And I ordered a bioimpedance scale to keep an eye on everything I was doing. And so I started on the Zepbound, and I promise you, within the first week, I lost weight. I personally didn't have any side effects. If I did, I might have had a little constipation, but not anything that I needed to take medication for. I just needed to up my water and make sure I drank my water and not get dehydrated. But I didn't really have any other symptoms. I was on the lowest dose. I felt great, but I finally got some weight loss, for the first time in years. I had an appetite. I didn't have the same appetite that I had before. And let me just back up by saying I've never had a weight issue my entire life. I never struggled with my weight. So I personally did not really have like an issue where I ate a lot. My issue was I don't think I was eating enough. I think my body had gone into starvation mode is what the dietitian shared with me. And so she had shared with me I needed to eat more protein and make sure I eat more calories. So I started to lose weight. So that was July of 2025. Yes, this year. I started on Zepbound. And so now let's fast forward to November of 2025. I'm still on the lowest dose of 2.5 milligrams. I give myself a shot once a week, and I will show a video of myself giving a shot and how I go through that process. And so far, I'm down 21 pounds. I lose about a 0.5 to a pound a week, and I'm fine with that. I do have an appetite, and there are times when I do crave, sweets here or there, but I have things here at the house that are safe to eat that may be sweets. And so I've lost weight. And so if you are considering a GLP-1, speak with your doctor about it. It's not for everyone, but I am one of those people that had major reservations about taking it. I felt like I didn't need it. I gave into that's cheating. I don't need that. But listen, my body in menopause is not the same body I had prior. And so I am grateful that I did start taking the GLP-1s. And I am still on the lowest dose. I never increased from the 2.5 milligrams that I started taking in July, and that's still working for me. I feel great. I feel like I look great. That's just me talking, but I feel a lot better, down 21 pounds. And I plan to continue to take it through the end of the year, get through the holidays, and see where I am, because my goal weight, I started out around 194, and right now I'm around 172. But my goal weight is 165. And so I'm hoping that over the next 7 weeks or so, I can get down to my goal weight. And then at that point, I will stop taking them. I will say, as it relates to cost, the cost was not inexpensive for me. But it was one of those things when you get to midlife where you deserve to take care of yourself. And this was one of the things I just sacrificed and did for myself. And I'm so glad I did. So if you have any questions about taking a GLP-1, of course, speak with your doctor. But if you have questions about my journey and some of the things that I did, I'll be more than happy to share it with you. So just add those questions in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. And I will be sharing information about all the things we deal with in midlife and how I've overcome those things or how I'm struggling through them. Okay, so remember to like and subscribe to my channel and take care.